running a little bit better, and it was getting better, and then it just stopped firing. I let it cool off, got ready to crank it back up to ride it again, and it just stopped firing. So these are your stator wires right here. This is for your lighting. This is your stator wires for your firing. Put the voltmeter on it, on them out, and getting nothing. I am getting something from the lighting coil though. So I pulled the cover off, checked it, made sure it didn't have any rust or nothing in there. Looked pretty good. So I believe the stator is just gone bad on it, because it just don't have any fire. So got on the internet, I found a stator for it. I'm just gonna order a new stator and a ignition coil. Here's the ignition coil right here. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna do. And I believe that what was wrong with it. It only wanted to run right when you get it at high RPMs. So I believe the stator was only kicking in at high revs to make it fire harder, but at low speeds it was wasn't putting out enough fire, so it wouldn't let it burn enough fuel, and it started fouling. So it's probably what the problem's been the whole time, was the stator was bad. This thing set up for a while, so anyway, I'm going to let it just sit again. I'm going to go ahead and order a new stator, a new ignition coil. I don't think it's the ECU box, which is right up under here, and I can only find a used one. A guy's got a used one for like $200 and something on eBay, and I just don't want to put that kind of money out for a used ECU box. But I'm 100% sure it's the stator. I hope I'm right. Like I said, I owned it out. I didn't get anything coming from the firing side. So I'm just going to put it up for now. Put it on the back burner till the parts come in, and then I'll get the stator in it, and hopefully, like I say, it'll start firing, and get it all back together and be able to ride it. So anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. Alright, so we got some goodies today. This is the stator and coil for the 89 RMX 250. So let's open it up and see what we got. This is supposed to be just aftermarket stuff. It's supposed to be like the original, but it's aftermarket. So here's the coil. Just a typical one wire coil. Looks like the original one. And here is the stator. I think they came from the same place. Cardiac. Is that how you say it? Cardiac. And this is the stator. Again, it's like the original. Hopefully. It's got the same plug-in. This would be for your lighting, I believe. These go to the CDI box. So it's brand new. So we just need to get it on the bike. Now these stators, as you can see, they have slots in them, so you can adjust your ignition timing. So you can actually adjust ignition timing with these stators to retard it and advance it, which I never really had played with. But what you want to do is just make sure when you take your old one off, remember where the screws were sitting. So when you put the new one on, you get those screws in the same spot. So these are your pickup coils here with the windings. I think this is another pickup coil. I think this is the post coil. This what reads the magneto that goes over the top of the stator. This little magnet right here reads the stator, the mag, as it turns. So I'm thinking, I might be wrong, but thinking that's the post coil. Then you got your stator windings, and I think that's your pickup coil. So I might be wrong, quote me if I'm wrong, but so basically we just need to get the old one off and get this new one on, and I'm gonna put the new coil on too. So let's just go over to the bike and see what we gotta do. So we're back with the 89 RMX 250. I got the new stator and the new ignition coil in. So what we need to do now is just remove the old stator and coil and get the new ones in, and hopefully we can get this thing to fire again, and hopefully it runs even better with new parts. So let's see what we got, and then we'll get back to getting this magneto off, because you gotta use a special tool, and we'll get the new stator and stuff on. Alright, in order to get this mag off of here, what we need to do is take this nut loose that's on the crankshaft, and there's a special tool that you use. This is a pulley puller, just to pull that off. It's supposed to screw in there counterclockwise threads. Screw in there tight. You can take like a wrench or something, hold that with your hand, take a wrench and use it as a breaker bar, and you can do it that way, or you can take a light hammer, give it a little blows there, and it'll pop off. So let's get that off, make sure I got the right stuff. I like to go ahead and start on some of these projects when I get new parts, so I won't wait till the last minute and find out I got the wrong parts, and then it'll be too late to send it back. I'm thinking that looked like a 17. Kind of a rough 17. I think that's what that is. That came on out. So now we need to make sure this tool is going to fit, because there's several different sizes of these, and this should be it. Like I say, it has counterclockwise threads, so you want to make sure this is bagged all the way off, and then you want to thread that in there. Might have to use a wrench to turn it in there. It's kind of rusty in there. Take a seat. Just a little TB blaster there. It's got some rust on the thread. See, can we get turn with a crescent wrench. You don't want to strip that out, because strip it out and never get it off there. Because you can't even get a 3-jaw puller on it, so you want to make sure. Now, I don't know if they make a tool to hold it while you thread. There. Pull her off in there. I think we got enough threads here. So I'm just going to give it a few taps. That is on tight. There it goes. Some good strong magnets. Got a lot of dirt in there. Look at that. That might be the reason why I wasn't firing. But we got a new one anyway. But it did have some dirt. So those are the magnets there. And as this turns, it picks up on these coils right here. That's the post coil. It did have some dirt on it. But we'll blow all that out anyway. We're going to put the new one in anyway. But see how you have your screws here? As you can see, those screws are just about in the middle of the slot. So you want to just kind of keep a good idea of where they are. You probably can mark this, and then that'll kind of give you a reference before you take it apart. But really, they're lined up right in the middle. So get this gasket off. I got a new gasket anyway. It's always good to replace them, because over time water get off in there. Funny thing is, this one came right off. If I didn't have one, this would have torn in half. You can probably reuse it. It's got a lot of dirt in there though. Let me get an air hose and blow all that out, because I don't want to get on the new one. That little dirt might have stopped it from firing. I doubt it though. I mean, this is probably the original stator, so I imagine that it's just no good anymore. So the wire is running up behind this zip tie up here. Let me unplug this. Need a good screwdriver. I recommend using a impact driver. Because you use those cheap screwdrivers, you can strip those screws out easy. Get rid of this wire up here. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark with a grease pen. Just give me some reference. You don't really have to, but something I can just kind of go off of, but I know it's got to be kind of in the middle of that slot. So make sure you got a good screwdriver. Ooh, those are tight too. I hope my Harbor Freight impact driver don't break. No, that's too skinny here. Too short. Let me get to where I can hit it. Make sure it's going in the right direction. Man, those screws are tight. They're probably rusted. Them babies are tight right there. Don't want to hit it too hard and crack the case. Might have to heat those screws up a little bit, because they won't come loose. I think that one turned. No, it didn't. I thought it did. Might have to heat these up, because I don't want to keep banging on it. And I think it did turn that time. There we go. Got me nervous for a minute. Still got one more to get. Them right there don't want to come loose. Might have to heat that one up for sure. Whew. I had to turn a little air on here. It's kind of warm. Try it one more time. Now I'm gonna have to get out the map gas bottle. That screw is just super tight. I don't want to break off my screwdriver bit. Oh man! Let me see, can I heat it up some? I don't like doing it this way though. I ain't burning nothing. See smoke coming from everywhere. Get back some. I really want to get out the vice grips and all that stuff. Try that and see what happens. Man, that screw will not come up out of there. Oh man, I had to get out the vice grips, or a punch, a flat punch and a hammer. See if I put some more heat on it. Something's getting hot. Making sense. Wonder if I can put a crescent wrench on. Well, I already know what's gonna happen. Probably gonna break this screwdriver. No, I ain't gonna try that. Now I got it stuck on it. Crap. It's got a bite on it, it just won't come loose. It's always one. Let me try heating it up one more time. The screws will not come up out of there. Trying not to burn the old stator. That's going to be impossible to do though, but that just goes to show this ain't never been off. Try it again. That screw will not turn. It is froze on there. Jesus. Ah, boy. So, I really hate to do this. Try and get a good angle. It's kind of hard for me to have the camera and hit at the same time. I don't want to hit the camera. Might have loosened it some again. That's just tearing the screw completely up. Completely up. If I ever get it out of there, I'm gonna put a new one. Hopefully nobody ain't cross-threaded in there. I don't know if I can tap on the mag, maybe that'll get it to slide a little bit. Nope. Well, I'm gonna have to do some figuring out on how I'm gonna get that screw loose. You can see I done heated it up, and it's probably rusted in the threads. The only other option would be to grind it off, and hopefully I can clamp onto it or something. But I really don't want to do that. Joe don't want to break the case. That would suck. not turn. Damn, I think I cracked one of the little coils. There she goes. Finally turning. I seen it move. That was rusty. I'm gonna have to find another screw for that. Is it hot? No. See how I kind of damaged the head of it, but I had to do something to get it out. So that that stator is hot. There's the crank seal. I guess we can change that too while we're in there. Pop a new crank seal in. I got it, but I kind of damaged I cracked the little pickup part right here. I hit it with that big punch, so that's no good no more. So I guess we could replace the crank seal, even though it's not leaking. While we're here, we can go ahead and pop it out. Pop a new one in, and then put the stator on. And I gotta find a screw for that for the stator. So let me see if I can get some of that dirt off. Make sure I got the crank seal first of all, because I should have it in the kit, because the kit I bought with all the gaskets and stuff, supposed to have all the seals in there. Clean all this stuff out. Make sure thinking that's the crank seal. Yeah, that's it. So we'll get that out, put a new one, then I won't have to worry about it going bad. Like I said, since we're already there, now we'll replace it. Do something to get it out of there. What I use to get out seals like that, I got this dent puller. It's just a dent puller with like a slide hammer, and it's got, you can put a wood screw or any kind of screw, actually a wood screw, you put it in there and tighten this part up on the rod. It's just a dent puller, what it is. It's actually made by Bondo, the people that makes Bondo. But you can screw in there. Get you a good, see that crank seal move? I actually pushed it in. I can just get it started. You don't want to hit the shaft. Kind of lightly tug on it. Hopefully it comes out of there. Don't want to get into that bearing either. You don't want to come out of there. Fight into the finish. Usually that works. It's moving though. Usually that works. See, I don't want to come up out of there. I done went almost all the way through it. Try not to get on the crankshaft. Damn, the screw broke off. It pushed in, but it don't want to come out. Don't want to hit that crankshaft. It's fighting me to the end here. Let me see, can I get on the other side? I'm gonna have to get another screw. Something with a little bit more grip. All thing you do is screw that off the shaft. Get the broken screw out of there. Screw in there. Wood screw. It's perfect for it. As long as you get it in there. Start though, what's going on? Today ain't my day. Oh man. screwdriver, push it in there. Really don't want to push it back in there. I gotta get it out. Still been in there for a long time. Now it just bounced back in. Let me see, can I? There! Finally! I'm going to twist that crank. Nah, I didn't hurt it. Take like some emery cloth or something, clean it out. That crank seal. Wasn't bad, but I'm gonna change it anyway. So I'm gonna get some emery cloth or something. I want to clean that up a little bit. Get the new seal in there, get the stator on there, and then we'll see with it fire. So I gotta find something. I want to clean that up, get some of that rust off before I put the new one. And we'll see with fire again. So let me see if I got something. Need some light. Light sandpaper. Little Carter key still in there. Not Carter key, but what they call it, a Woodruff key. Look at all that rust. That'll be good enough. We'll get something to clean it off a bit. It's got something like some throttle body cleaner. sound. Really need to get up in there. Well, that seal rides too well where it sits. Don't want this seal to go bad. If it goes bad, you're gonna be wee, because it start pulling air, and this will make it run wide open. If you get a 2-stroke engine, start pulling air like through the carburetor boot, or usually it's the crankshaft seal that's behind the magneto. You get one of those bad, the intake boot or the crankshaft seal behind the magneto, it will start pulling air, it'll run wide open on you. And you don't want that to happen on a dirt bike. It's only on 2-strokes really that I know of. So that's good, clean. So we'll get just a little oil, put on the lip of the seal. Thinking about putting a little Loctite, just a little red Loctite around the outside of the seal. I have seen seals work their way out of the hole. Don't want to get that Loctite on the crankshaft itself. You want to get it on the outer part of the seal where it'll bond to the case. Go with a bigger socket than that. I want to go in the hole. Ow! I think the crankshaft is... Crankshaft is bottoming out. What am I sitting on? Something with a little bigger hole. Loctite be tight. the outside of the front. Gotta go bigger. Still don't want to go in there. It's in there halfway. There it goes. Going now. That Loctite is starting to. Loctite starting to lock up. Should be deep enough. It's in there. Wish it could go back just a little bit further on this one side, but I don't have that deep enough. Loctite is tight. That's it right there. That's good enough. We ain't gonna go no more further with it. As long as it's flush with the case, we good. So, seals in. Now we just need to put the the stator in. And I gotta find another screw. They sure made that wire long right there. I gotta kind of bunch it in there. It's aftermarket stuff. Some of it just too aftermarket-y. That little rubber, it really ain't no same size as the old one. You don't want water to get in there. Gotta have to do it right there though. See it? They put the wire. This slides on. They got the wire a little bit too long right there. and then the installation part ends. Guess we can put a little silicone around it. Now where is, it's kind of hard to, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some playing around with that. Got little rubber pieces, smaller than the other one, so I'm just gonna get it started up here. Right in the middle. See the way that goes in, I don't like that. As long as the wire ain't touching the case, but I'm gonna have to play around with that to get it to stay when I put the gasket on there. If it stay like that, that'll be fine. I can zip tie around there like they had it at first. Well, I ain't gonna bore you all with this, so I'm gonna go ahead, get this fixed up, find another screw for here, get the magneto back on, and we'll kick it over, see if we got a fire. I might just leave the original coil on there for right now, just to see will it fire off of it. If it don't, I'll put the new one on, which I'm gonna put it on anyway. I'm just curious to see if it's a stator. Well, I know it's a stator, but I'm just real curious to see it fire using the old coil. So let me get all that buttoned up. Alright, so we got the new stator hooked up. I found a screw for the stator. So let's kick it over, see if we got any fire. I still got the original coil hooked up. I think this is just a kill button here. Guess I can hook it back up. We're not going to crank it, we're just going to kick it over anyway, just to see what we got. No fire. No fire. Let me unhook the kill button. Ain't got no fire. So I'm gonna go ahead, I guess, change the coil. Maybe we need to run that coil. I hope it ain't the CDI box, that's gonna suck. But it wasn't getting anything from the coil. I mean, from the stator. Get in there, I'm gonna have to move my gas bottle out the way. Spill gas everywhere. Not much anyway. I can unhook it and get it out of my way. thing about the CDI box is I only found one used one on eBay, and that sucker was like 200 bucks. So I mean, I don't want to spend that much on a CDI box. That'd just be ridiculous for a used one anyway. I don't know if the RM CDI box is the same. It might be. But let's change the coils. There's a wire here. I don't know what that wire's for. That might be for the lights. It's only a one wire coil. It's got the ground, the 2 grounds. Hopefully those screws are not going to be a job to get out of there. Put that plug in that hole so I won't be dropping dirt down in there. Look at that. No spark plug cap. I have to clean up one. Okay. Could take one off one of those gold ones. We got long enough wire on there though. I guess it's kind of like a universal coil. Let's just get it on there anyway. I didn't even realize it didn't have a cap, but most of these dirt bikes, cap screws off of there. We'll take this one. If we get some fire, I can get a spark plug cap. That is least of my worries. Spark plug. It on fire this time. Either we bought a crappy, bad stator, or the CDI box is bad, but I didn't have anything coming from the stator, so nothing but the lighting inside. Alright. Let me see if I can. please. Spark plug cap. This is just, well, it could not be temporary. Take this off of there. Come on, baby, fire for me. Alright. No fire. Good googly goo. I don't think it can be it. Wires look like. New coil, new stator. Don't have my bumper here in here. Stick my ground to the frame somewhere. Got to be grounding it out now. So I know on these here, well, I had No, I don't have to buy no hot dog CDI box for this thing. One of these wires I had voltage, now I don't. Could it be that stator ain't no good? Thing about it is, instead of the wire being red coming off the stator, one of them is blue instead of red, but the other one is green. I don't have jack. I'm not sure I got a good ground. Make sure I'm about to slide off this. Now no fire. So for some reason I don't have any fire anymore. We're gonna hook this kill button. Because I did have juice coming from one of these lighting wires. It's almost like that stator's no good. Nope, we ain't got no juice. No juice amundo. That sucks. This thing was running. New chap go straight to the coil. We ain't got nothing. So let me do some investigating here. Go back and check all the wires. Go back and check the stator, and see why this thing ain't firing. It might be the CDI box is bad, but I just don't understand. I did have some voltage coming through one of these wires. I think that's for the lighting. Something is shorted out. I don't know where this gray wire goes right here. It's broken off. Could that be a ground? It don't look like it though. I don't know what that gray wire goes to that's broken off. I just know it ain't got no... Oh, wait a minute. It had fire for a minute. It was a baby spark. What was that about? It had a spark for a second. I know my eyes ain't playing tricks on me. I seen a spark. Let me turn the lights out. I seen a spark. Got a spark, but it ain't strong though. It's like it's firing sometimes and then sometimes it ain't. Could it be a bad spark plug? Let me try a different spark plug. I'm sorry y'all can't see what I'm doing. It's one of them things where you get kind of carried away. But I did see a couple little sparks. Let me get another plug. Could be a bad spark plug. Find that hard to believe, but it's firing. That's what's wrong. The doggone spark plug ain't no good. So that's probably what my problem was the whole time. The damn spark plug is no good and it wasn't firing. I don't know if y'all can see. I don't know if y'all can see it over here. Let me come over here with it. But I believe that's what the problem was. Then spark plug, just old. Let's see. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's a baby spark though. It's not like something you really gonna see. It's firing. I wish y'all can see it, but it's not that big of a spark. I believe I just need to get some new spark plugs. New spark plug, because see the spark now. Like I say, it's a baby spark. I'll get a new spark plug tomorrow. It's already late, so I get a new spark plug and put in it, and see when it fire up. But that other spark plug's no good. So that's basically what the problem was, probably the whole time. This bad spark plug. So I grab another spark plug, a new spark plug, put it in there. I just don't understand unless that spark plug is grounding out, it's not letting anything fire through the ECU. I mean, not through the ECU, through the stator, because none of those wires, some of those wires should be lighting up even if you put the test light on. And that's strange though. Spark plug go bad like that. I guess anything is possible. I mean, all way bad where it won't fire. Wasn't so late I fired up. Well, I had to get a new plug. Just for giggles. I'm gonna stick the test light in the spark plug in itself. I guess it ain't gonna work like that. Should have been getting spark through the test light, but I ain't. Let me put the plug back there and make sure it's still firing. Yeah, it's firing. So I'll get a new plug tomorrow. We'll put a new plug in, and we'll go from there. See what's going on. So we're back with the RM once more again. RMX 250. So I've been playing around with this carburetor forever. I don't know if somebody put some different size jets in it or something, but I couldn't get it to run right. On lower end, it bogs real bad. On top end, at high RPMs, it wants to clear out. So what I did, went online, I ordered an aftermarket carburetor. Supposed to be equivalent to the one that's on it, but it's just a stock aftermarket flat slide carb. Got all the cool looking hoses on it. This will be the newest thing on the bike. Looked like it used to say key in there. It's been grind off. So it's supposed to be equivalent to what we need. And like I say, it is a flat slide carb. The only difference is this one's got a kind of a squarish top where it bolts in, and this one's got the round top. So hopefully the throttle cable will go on there and I don't have to get another throttle cable. It says it should be direct fit. It should have the same back end of the carb, same front end. Reading the reviews, I'm guessing somebody else has used this on a RM 250 or RMX. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the throttle cable on there, and it looks the same as far as the springage, because I remember that one's got a little cap that holds the cable. Now this thing should be factory set, so I shouldn't have to do nothing to it. I don't want to do nothing to it. Don't make me do nothing to it. It should be already in the middle. So like I said, I don't know if somebody has been tinkering with this carburetor and got it all jacked up, trying to make it run faster or something, or when they put the pipe on there, they may thought that they had to do some jetting. The float level. I played around with that. It's not pouring gas out of the bottom of it. Be cool, you just put the oil. You can't do that. I forgot it's got that top on there. So hopefully this carb will work. I've already checked the reeds. The reeds look good. Unless they got something wrong with them, I can't see. But before I go buying reeds, I'm going to change carburetors and hope. So I don't know how this is on there. Yep, yeah, I do. Just come right out. Put those in the box. Hope this really works. Cable goes in like that. Hopefully it's not going to be a difference. That's got an adjustable top. This one's kind of made to the carburetor. So hopefully that don't have my slider all stuck up and it won't idle down. So we'll put that on there. The only thing this does is keep dirt out of the carburetor on the top. And here's the new carb. Is it idled all the way up? That sucker's idle all the way up too. I'm assuming this is the idle screw right here. We better tone that down because that's gonna suck. Crank it up and it's idle 4 RPM. So we'll crank that down. I've never really used the aftermarket carburetor on a bigger bike. I have on smaller ones in the past, but on these bigger bikes I've never done it. I mean, really these days it's all you can buy is aftermarket carburetors for the older stuff, because unless you look up and find somebody that's got some new old stock there's a guy an adjustment up there on the handlebars. So I believe I'm gonna have to tone it down some. Unless you find somebody that's got some new old stock, that's all you're gonna get is some aftermarket. But we can look through the throat of the carburetor and make sure it's going all the way down. It looks like it is. Yeah, see, it's all the way down. If not, that sucker will be hung up like that halfway. You talking about some wide open or half throttle mess. I like the clear hoses though. I still haven't figured out the petcock for the gas tank yet. I was going to buy one. I found 2 OEM original ones, and one guy said he wasn't for sure if it didn't leak. He wanted like 30 bucks, and I can't find a new one. These little hoses, man, they are just gotta find somewhere to put them. Just like an octopus. So I'm guessing they all gotta go. Another thing I don't like is this rear carburetor boot. This is kind of down there. Got to take the air box out of it just to put the carburetor back on. But it bends that rear clamp. I should have took it off. It's kind of a job to get it back on. So I didn't check the floats or the needles. It should just be already set. So these hoses here go back down between the swing arm. Got this little clamp thing. This is what I hate, is that carburetor boot. Should be the same. Might have to take the clamp off there a little bit. It's almost like you need to put the rear of the carburetor on first. I better put that clamp back up on there, because I'll never get it on there. Somebody shooting fireworks? Is this Father's Day? That boot does not want to go back on back of that carburetor. Should be the same side. Hung up between the almost there. I'm gonna have to go get a stick or something. Alright, let's see if I can get it now. I got a brand new air filter in it, so get on there. That air box is not going to get up on that carburetor. carburetor don't seem like it's bigger than the other one on the back. It's the same size. I think I got I had to get it on there as far as I can get it. Pop off on the bottom. Oh, it's almost off of there. Is it on? You gotta worry about that not sealing. That's a tight fit. I just gotta get the clamp back on that. So I was afraid of that. Then the hose clamp don't want to go back on. Hope I ain't got to take it off to do any adjustments. It's gonna be a fight. I'll just take the air box off of it. I can't tell if it's on that side or not. Got a little stupid ridge right at the back of that carburetor that's not letting it. I never seen. That's why I didn't want to take that clamp loose, because I knew I was gonna have a hard time getting it back on there. Sorry if I was in the way. I can't. The stupid screw won't start. Screw is about stripped. Why won't it not start? You know what? I'm just going to slam the air box up there in a minute. I have to find another screw for that. It's kind of roached. Hopefully the air screw is already preset. Shouldn't have to do nothing but just crank it up. Alright, finally. Carburetor. Man. All right, 3 hours later. Yeah, if I get this bolt in the subframe, hold the air box up there. It won't be flapping. And should be using the same fuel line. That one's kind of small. It's like a 1/4-inch fuel line. Another thing about these aftermarket carburetors, the fuel line, the fuel inlets, I take a different size hose. You see this elite gas. Oh, I got the gas in it. Have to put some more gas in it. So anyway, let me get some more gas put in there. I got a new spark plug in it, so we should be ready to rock and roll with it. Shouldn't have to do no adjustments or none of that old stuff. Should be ready to go. I don't see nothing leaking. I don't know if y'all noticed in some of my videos, I have some of the loudest cars out here. Cars and trucks. Those suckers be loud. So anyway, I'm gonna get on it and fire it up. Hopefully it runs right. Hopefully I don't have to do any surgery on that carburetor. I don't see nothing leaking. That gas going down. Turn the choke on. Oh, hit me on this stand. Stand's kind of tricky. Hate to fall off of it. I got it idled all the way up, and that's as far as I can get it to idle. But hey, new carburetor works. That's what it was. That dang carburetor wasn't no good. So I really need to check that that slider where the needle is, because I got it idled all the way up, and that's as much as I can get out of idle. It's kind of low, but you can tell the difference. It gets up on high side now, and you can tell the low end is right. So as you see, I got the idle screw turned all the way in. I mean all the way in. I don't know what happened to my focus here. Must have accidentally turned it off. Yes, I did. Anyway, alright, so I got the slider out. I want to see by chance where's that needle set. I mean, sometimes it's not good to have a dirt bike that, especially a two-stroke, that idle fully, because if you lay it over instead of shutting off, it just sit there and keep idling on the side while you're trying to get up off your butt. I better get a socket for that. Sounds good. since I own it. I owned it. Yep, the socket with that off. So I'm trying to get this part that holds the needle in. I don't have a socket that size. Uh-oh. I see the threads in there, but I don't want to break it. I have to try and find a socket to fit that. Well, I said I didn't have a socket. It's actually number 6. So just put the socket in there and screw this out. That's what holds your needle in place. And it should be in the middle. If it's in the middle, I'm going to leave it like it is. I really don't want to fool with it too much. And it is in the middle. I just hate that you have to turn the idle screw so far in to get it to idle. I mean, it could be something with the screw. It's supposed to be in the middle. But you know what? Being it's in the middle, I'm going to leave it alone. As long as it runs, I don't even care about the idle. I might can idle it up there on the handlebar grip. We'll leave it alone. Just leave it like it is. I don't want to go tinkering with the needle. And then the thing will start running like crap. So we'll just put it back together. I gotta get some brakes on this thing. I'm not riding it no more until I get some brakes. I don't know if you remember in the last video, I almost had a deadly crash. Being stupid and riding it with no brakes. And it don't have a lick of brakes. But we know it runs like it's supposed to. So I'm gonna stick it back together. I'm gonna work on getting these calipers and stuff off. Brake calipers, because I know the front brakes they'll work, but then they'll stick, and then the backs, the caliper don't work at all. So I'm not gonna ride this thing with no brakes anymore. I mean, that's just dumb. I'm gonna get all this stuff leaking out the pipe cleaned up. I got new brake pads for it. I got new decals for it, so now I can move on, trying to get this thing where we can hit the woods with it. So I'm gonna work on that, but now you see it's running good, so we can really get this thing finished.